In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how you can perform an advanced virus and content scan on your files and content uploads using Power Automate. Please note that as of now, to use our advanced virus scan API via Power Automate, you'll need to create a custom connector using the virus scan OpenAPI URL available on our website. I released a separate video demonstrating how you can easily take care of that in a few really easy steps. I'm starting on the flow diagram page here with an instant cloud flow set up and ready to go. In this flow, I'm going to use a password-protected PDF as my demonstration file. This connector action will allow us to scan the file for viruses and malware and also decide if we want to disallow password-protected files altogether. File uploads with password protection can be very dangerous, especially if they originate from outside our network, so sometimes it's best to avert that risk entirely. Let's start our flow by grabbing our test file. Let's click New Step, and then search Get File Content and select the option that aligns with our file storage location. My file is located in OneDrive, so I'm going to use the OneDrive for Business option. Once I do that, I can quickly use the file picker to find my file and select it from its folder. When the file ID populates, we're ready to move on to the next step. Now let's click New Step again. From here, let's click on the Custom tab where our custom advanced virus scan connector is available to us. When we select our custom connector, we'll jump to a list of connector actions. On this list, the first option should be Advanced Scan a File for Viruses. This is the action we want, so let's go ahead and select it. Let's now take a moment to review this action's request body. Up top, we have the usual file body and file name inputs, so we can quickly fill in that information with data from the previous action. Below that, we have a long list of optional request parameters. If we leave all of these blank, the connector will only perform the most basic virus scanning service, which means it will check our file uploads against more than 17 million virus and malware signatures, including ransomware, spyware, and more. By customizing booleans for each of these optional parameters, we can categorically avoid specific non-malware threat types. This list includes a variety of generally suspicious file types, including executables, invalid files, scripts, password-protected files, macros, XML external entities, insecure deserialization, HTML, unsafe archives, and OLE embedded objects. At the very bottom, we can also limit the file types that are allowed to pass through this step by providing a comma-separated list of acceptable file extensions. For this demonstration, I'm going to choose to block password-protected files and leave everything else blank. So I'm setting that particular boolean to no. To make sure this works, let's go ahead and run our flow as it is right now. Let's save and test, confirm our connections, and then hit Run Flow when we're ready. Once the flow finishes running, let's open up the Advanced Scan response body and take a look at the output. As we can see, our input request specifies that we want to disallow password-protected files, and our output body confirms that our file was, in fact, password-protected. While no viruses and malware were found, the very first response from this action says no for the clean result response. That's because anytime we set a custom threat rule blocking a specific file content type, the underlying API will always return no in the clean result response. This makes it really easy to set up subsequent conditions in our flow to divert our file based on the clean result response alone. Finally, if we look down a little further, we can see that this action also automatically identified and fully verified PDF as the file format. The awesome thing about this underlying API is that it doesn't just validate content based on the extension or header, it digs deep into the file encoding for full content verification. This makes sure we'll know for certain that the content matches the file type, regardless of password protection or any other measure. That just about concludes this demonstration. You can use this connector as a value-add service to go along with file upload processes and for a huge variety of other purposes as well. If you have any questions about this or any of our Power Automate connectors, please do not hesitate to contact a member of our sales or support teams. I'll include a link for you in the description below.